Hola! Hey everyone, it's Uncle Odd, Uncle Vigilante on this channel. How are you? Hope you're having a nice day. It's a beautiful day here in sunny Tampa, Florida. And yeah, I'm taking this new gimbal for a walk. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if I'm even recording. And if I'm just talking to myself for this whole time, then you know what? It'll be a practice run for something else I do later. I don't know. But hey, it's like everything else. Start ugly. Just start ugly. What's important is that you start. And that's kind of the topic I want to talk about today, is starting ugly as a newbie in crypto. Are you a newbie? Are you new to this space? Yeah, me too. I started, let's see, what is it? It's it's March 5th, and we are, I've been at this now for, wow, almost 2 months. And, gosh, a lot has happened in the last 2 months. And so, you know, I have some thoughts on if you are an absolute newbie, just what you might expect, maybe provide you a little bit of insight as to things that maybe you should or shouldn't do. But overall, what I would like to share with you right now is just relax. Relax, because you're going to get really stressed out with all of this. Start slow and don't suffer from what they call FOMO, fear of missing out. Meaning, like, it's all happening so fast that you've got to get in right away. You got to do this. You got to buy that coin. You got to sell that. Oh no, it's the market's up. Oh no, it just dropped 25% overnight. Oh no. All of that, man, you go through this roller coaster of emotions, and there's a lot of fear involved. Excuse my language, but a lot of fear of fucking up, right? I mean, we're dealing with our money here, sports fans, and that fear is rightful fear, some of it, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. I want to talk about when I first got involved. One of the things that I did that I really regret right now is, and gloves are off, man. For those of you who have followed me for a little while, you know that there's a certain rating service out there that promises lots of big things, and it's called Weiss Ratings, and this is my review of Weiss Ratings. So my review of Weiss Ratings is that this is an older gentleman who's sitting on his couch, and he's looking you right into the eye and right into the soul when he's talking about his track record over the last decade on being basically the Moses of cryptocurrency, and that you can trust him, and that he's had such amazing success. And if you sign up before midnight tonight, because he's only going to let 500 members in, and the clock is counting, he'll give you a discount from regular $7,000 down to $2,875. And you know what? If you follow his investment advice and you do not double your money based on his cryptocurrency investment advice, he'll give you the second year free. And so you're like, huh, that sounds pretty good. You know, information is power. And I don't know a damn thing about all this, so I think I'm going to go down this path. And then you get into this sales funnel. Now, once you're in there, It's like a Venus flytrap, man, the way they have it set up. You get in there and then you kind of get stuck. And then they start this clock and they're like, okay, this is a one-time offer that if you take advantage of it now, you can have crypto ratings. You can have our service for life. Basically, you pay for 2 years worth and it's for life. Now, what might your life be like if you would have been with us 2 years ago and you would have followed all our advice? Well, you would be on some yacht somewhere probably. I don't know. But, you know, my wife and I, we had a little money after last year. And so we made a decision together to, you know, this guy looks credible. Let's do it. Let's go for life. And so I did. And they do have a weekly newsletter, and they have a portfolio of coins that you can, you know, you should be involved with. But there was never, in the last 2 months, I have never got one, you need to buy this. I've gotten a couple that if you already hold coins in their portfolio, they said to sell, but never once have they come out with a buying suggestion. Well, then lo and behold, a couple weeks ago, they sent me an email that basically promised what I thought I was getting, 3 coins, 3 undiscovered coins that they were going to let us in on. All we had to do was watch this 1-hour video. Book your Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. And I did. And I quickly realized that what they had done on the promise of delivering 3 coins, they basically just teed up another service, which is what they said they were going to give us, you know, except it's not 3 coins. They'll give you 20 coins a month that are the ones that are the surefire bets. And pissed me off. Pissed Uncle Odd off. And I told him such. I reached out and I got this poor girl on the phone, Erin, and I told her what I had thought about that fake left go right, that it was very deceitful, and I said that I'll give you guys a chance before I start opening my mouth about this to do right by your own promotions. And I said, come back to me with 3 coins that you would suggest I buy. 3 recommendations, not holding you anything. I just want you to deliver on the promise of your promotion. Well, they never did. And so I followed up and I asked to cancel. Well, they have a non-cancellation policy that you agree to. Imagine that. Imagine that. But I was able to get that the second $2,750 back because I canceled the lifetime, and they were nice enough to give me that back. But I'll take that as a win. But then I'm like, okay, well, that's let's call that tuition. I'm still going to get a newsletter from them for the next year, and who knows, maybe there'll be something in there, some nugget that I'll get some value out of. I don't know. I'm not hopeful. But what has sucked, absolutely sucked, is their continual barrage by email of this fake left go right scheme they have going on these 3 undiscovered coins. Oh, I see you haven't signed up yet. Oh, and I even sent back to them emails that said, stop with this specific promotion. Not interested. Jesus. So yesterday I reached out to the girl that I'd spoken with, Erin. I had her personal email, I said, get me off this damn list. Don't want it. I don't want your promotions anymore. It is like pulling a Band-Aid off a wound because you're reminding me of how I got screwed. So, I get an email today from her. It was directly from her. Had her picture in it and everything. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, they're taking me seriously. And because I hit them up again, I said, you guys, I'm giving you one last chance here, because otherwise I'm going to go live with this crap. And I said, just give me, let's walk away, friends. Just give me the rest of my money back. No, the email, it was to double down, triple down, quadruple down on that frickin' offer that they have. They must make so much damn money off this from unsuspecting grandpas. It's just fraud, man. I just submit my opinion that it's absolute, utter deceit. And it really makes me angry. And so, I don't know how to get off their damn email list, yet still get the newsletter. I don't know. All I'm telling you is they get a big fat 0 from a scale of 1 to 5. And don't make that mistake. Weiss rating sucks. They are, I believe, a fraud. So that, that's one service. Now, through my little journey, I stumbled upon, not true. I mean, I already knew of the Dollar Vigilante. I've been a subscriber of his, but I never paid much attention when he started talking about the Crypto Vigilante. So I ended up going to this Crypto Vigilante Summit that Jeff Berwick recommended, and then I learned of Raphael, who runs that, and the team at the Crypto Vigilante, and they have a service that isn't $2,750. No, it's probably, I don't know, I think it's way less than $100 a month, but they deliver on the goods. They deliver on the goods, and you get involved with not just a service, but you get involved with a community. This is very important, everyone. I've learned that the crypto community out there, it's just awesome. I mean, the people out there are awesome. And you get into these discussions, and there isn't a question that you have that you aren't going to have somebody who's really nice that's going to come and answer your question. I just love the Crypto Vigilante community, and highly recommend that if you're new, that you sign up to the Crypto Vigilante. I think you get the Dollar Vigilante thrown in. So, then, the Dollar Vigilante said that he trusted this guy named Max Wright. And Max Wright was holding a seminar. He was going to bring some new members onto his success council. And I love that guy. I love that guy. Now, I'm playing with kind of house money because I got my refund from Weiss, and I still believe in the fact that I want some help in all this. I don't want to make any mistakes, and I want to be able to have counsel from the best. So this Max Wright has a track record a mile long, and so I joined him, his success council, and have found again another great community. It's like drinking out of a fire hose. Just so many good people, just freaking eager to help. And Max now, if you if you search for the Contrarian Dude on YouTube, you can subscribe to him without paying for his service. And by the way, guys, I believe him, and I believe Jeff Berwick, and I believe the Crypto Vigilante. They aren't doing this for their subscription fees. These guys have been at this so long in the crypto space that they're probably illionaires with a B, but won't tell you that. They shouldn't tell you that because they like privacy. They're smart. But I don't believe that they are, I think they really are doing this because they want to just help people. And so here I am with Max, and he recommends this guy named Mike Newton from Moonstream, and he recommended that you go and watch this introductory video. So I did, and now this is what I thought I was gonna get from Weiss Ratings. This guy started, I think, back in 2013 with his own unique way of being able to assess projects and coins, and he just killed it. He has a very specific 4-step process on choosing winning projects and coins, and apparently did so well with it, he started, helping his family members do the same. For those of you who are just watching me, Uncle Odd goes on a cigar walk every day. So you'll have to just kind of bear with me when I enjoy my cigar and I enjoy my walk, and I hope you enjoy it with me. But this Mike Newton, you talk about a guy with a track record. Now what he does is he finds coins that are like so new, so early. And again, he has a very specific way of doing it. And he ended up helping his family members and friends, and all of a sudden he's like, so many people have so many questions. So he started his service called Moonstream, and I think in 2018 opened it up to like 100 people, and that was it for 2.5 years until recently. Use the noise. Until recently, he opened it up to another 100 members, maybe a little more. But I joined, and he has a Facebook community, a Moonstream Facebook community that is just awesome. Now, what I found from Max is his Success Council has so many members in it. Everyone meets on Telegram there, and I find the comments are just there's so many. Like I said, it's like drinking from a fire hose. So if you drop a comment in there, you just lose it so quickly because there's just so many people in there. Goodness, probably thousands by now. But it's because the guy has a track record. So anyway, look, just put your toe in the water with him. You can learn so much just free from watching his videos on YouTube. The Contrarian Dude. Love that guy. You know what? He's one of these guys, and I believe him. He's just paying it forward. He's one of these guys who leads with the chin. I won't point with my middle finger. Leads with his chin versus his hand out. He had a guy wanting to pay him a lot of money. Recently, I think today, he just posted a video. A guy wanted to pay him a lot of money for a personal consultation on doing some trading. And he said, yeah, no, I'll do it for free as long as you agree to let me record it so that I can post it so other people can learn about it. That's leading with your chin, not your hand out. And I'm telling you, I'm not worried about Max. I'm not worried about his Nick's nickel. I think he has it under control, and I'm going to learn from him. But he highly recommended this Mike Newton. So if Max recommends Mike, that is an endorsed entree as far as I'm concerned, and those are the most important. When you have somebody you trust, who was trusted by Jeff, the Dollar Vigilante. I'm just showing you how this, kind of ecosystem is. Moonstream, I joined. Now, can you join? No. Because true to his word, he closed it, and he did so on purpose with intent because of the problem that I have with the Success Council, is that there are just so many members, it's hard to really get kind of one-on-one answers or attention. So I really like the smallness of the group, and I'm grateful that he's keeping it that way. And the next time it opens up, I'll let you know. But what he does on a monthly basis is he provides you, based upon he and his team's research, 1 or 2 coins, that's it, that you should invest in, or he would recommend. It's not investment advice, it's based on his research, and his track record, again, is sick. I think he's won 55 out of 56 coin recommendations over the years. So that's what I like. That's what I feel is a good return on my investment of getting educated. This is my tuition. It's how I'm looking at this. It's my tuition. Because otherwise, how much could I lose over the same period of time just by dumb rookie mistakes? I don't want to do that. But what Mike has taught me and us is relax. Slow down. This is a crazy market. And if you just take a look at the daily, ups and downs, it'll drive you insane. He's like, we choose some good coins early on, and we hold them. And we hold them. And we hold them. And maybe in 4 months, that coin that you bought for 11 cents each, maybe it goes to $4.40. And he'll come in and he'll say, okay, guys, let's just take our winnings right now. Take those off the table. And or it may be a year and a half to where he still feels it's good and early, and in a year and a half he says, okay guys, I think we're up to $172 on that 11-cent coin. Might want to take that off the table. But bottom line is, even with Bitcoin, I like his approach. He wants to ultimately acquire as many of those things as possible. He wants to acquire as many of those as possible because there are only 21 million of them, and there really aren't 21 million of them because so many of these Bitcoins have been lost over the years. People just screwing up, locked out of their wallets, forgot their key words, got hacked. These are the people on the bleeding edge. I'm glad I'm not on the bleeding edge. I'm glad we're still on the leading edge. But, so maybe there's, I think somebody estimated, maybe there's really 14 million out there, because this Satoshi dude or group or whatever, they're holding back a boatload. So bottom line is there's scarcity involved with Bitcoin. And so, you know, let's call it 14 million. If you have one Bitcoin, you know how many people there are? There are 7 billion people out there. And if you have one Bitcoin, ultimately, then you have one of 14 million out of 7 billion people. That's scarcity, sports fans. That is going to continue to go up, up, up in value. But I think when people are new and they're like, oh, but it's trading at $50,000. Don't get wrapped up in that. Start with a goal of having 0.1 Bitcoin. Just 0.1. So like $5,000 worth of Bitcoin. Work towards that. And then go north over the years or months. But that's the thing about a Bitcoin. It's a little bit. You can buy a little bit of a coin. So you can buy a little bit of that $50,000. You want to buy $100, you can buy $100. You want to buy $10, you can buy $10 of that Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's not going anywhere. So that is never, no matter, you know, if it pulls back 25%, big freaking deal. Relax. Relax. If you bought it when it was $3,000 and you know, or better yet, let's say that you were watching it at $3,000 and at $7,000, then it finally went up to $20,000 and you're like, I'm buying that. And bam! I think it went down to 7,000 or something crazy like that, to where it just, there was such a correction, it was crazy. Imagine if you were there at 20,000 and you're like, screw it, I'm out. Bad mistake, I'm selling. I'm selling at $7,000. Well, it's trading at $50,000 now, you know, not but a couple years later, if that. And it'll go over $100,000. There are people saying that due to its scarcity that it'll get up to over $1 million. And I believe them. So basically I'm sharing with you how I went wrong with Weiss ratings, but I went right with Dollar Vigilante, Crypto Vigilante, and Mike Newton at Moonstream. Feeling really, really good about those decisions. And more than anything, the communities and the people that I'm involved with. Everybody out there in this community wants you to win, newbie. They really want you to win. Now, I'm a big fan of another entity, and it's going to be hard for people to believe me on this. I'm a fan of YouTube when it comes to cryptocurrency, because you can go search for anything. If you're having a question on what is an exchange, you can type in Exchange 101, exchange for newbies. If you are just really don't understand what a Bitcoin is, then you can go on there and type in Bitcoin 101. You can learn about everything associated with this crazy world. If you want to get into trading, I don't recommend it as a newbie. Actually, I'm going to go really firm on that. Stop. You're going to be tempted seeing these things go up and hearing some YouTube videos of how people, you know, put in a sell order if it hits $70,000, and then they have a buy order at $45,000, you know, if it ever gets down there. And you start thinking, you start getting over your skis. Do you understand that term? What happens when people get over their skis? When they're snow skiing, they usually fall. We don't want to fall as newbies. Take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. Think in terms of buy and hold. You get some coins, you just buy and hold those coins. Think about it over you know, certainly a 1 year period. You want to get into, if you do take some gains, you want to be at capital gains tax, which is 15% versus 30% or whatever your tax bracket is. If you're in California, it's like 55, I think. But so then what happens is all of a sudden you have somebody in the community that reads a question you have, or you know, and they reach out to you and they're like, hey, you mentioned that you were interested in an IRA, and are there any IRAs out there where you can trade in Bitcoin? And then you get a message from this guy named David Weiss, stud, who says, hey, Uncle Odd, do you know that you can get an LLC IRA where you control the checkbook? You don't have a custodian doing that for you and holding the keys to your cryptocurrency or your gold or your silver. You can take possession of all of it within this LLC IRA. Now you have my attention. So that led me down another rabbit hole, of which I stopped and of which I dove in. And there's a company out there called Perpetual Assets. So I'm 56. I can't take, you know, the way that IRAs work is that you have to keep your money in there until you're 59 and a half, and then you can start withdrawing if you want, but you're going to pay. So basically what happens is anything you do within that IRA until 59 and a half, that grows tax-free. Now, where does that become interesting with cryptocurrency? Well, from what I understand, if you are outside of an IRA, when you buy Bitcoin, let's say for $100, and you get told that there's a coin out there called R, that you want to exchange your Bitcoin for, or half your Bitcoin for some R, A-R-R-R. You can do that, but when you shift to the coin, let's say you bought that Bitcoin at $50 and went to 100, now that becomes a taxable event. And if you're on an exchange with what's called KYC, know your customer, which many of them are, now you're going to be tempted to try to find these non-KYC exchanges, and I encourage it long term, but short term, if you're a newbie, take the pressure off yourself. Sometimes it's urgent to do nothing, meaning sometimes just get your feet wet, get in the game, know the language, relax. You don't have to go straight to privacy coins out of the blocks. Just get familiar with what an exchange is. How do you get an offline storage, cold storage wallet? How do you transfer your coins safely to get there? What do you do with these keys? All of this, it'll come. Give yourself permission to just slow down. That's my best advice for a newbie right now. Just slow down. It'll all come to us. And I say us because I'm only 2 months in it. The only difference between me and other newbies is, you know, I've always had a YouTube channel that's been banned, and more banned. And so I've just decided to pivot over into kind of documenting my journey in crypto, because I'm thinking those in charge will allow me to actually talk about this stuff. So that's all this is me documenting this, my own journey, inviting you along for the ride. Nothing that I say here is investment advice at all. This is just my journey. I still may be making all kinds of mistakes. I don't know. But I invite you, and I think the price is right. I think it's just hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. You know, give me a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't, Give me a thumbs down. I don't care. But all I'm doing is sharing with you my experience. But so this David Weiss recommended perpetual assets. So I'm in the process of getting that LLC set up, and I'm really excited about it because now, over the next few years, before I get to be 59 and a half, now I can go in there and I can start doing some trades and actually trying to take advantage of being able to say, okay, all indicators are that Bitcoin is pretty high right now, so it's now 79,000. They're saying that there's going to be a pullback because there is track record and history with this stuff. And, excuse me, I want to not get run over. I would appreciate that. If so, I'll document it. That'll be good TV if Uncle Odd gets crushed. But anyway, while I'm in this IRA, I can make decisions without fearing what the tax consequences are and being able to track everything. So, and again, I know there are those of you out there with lots of experience that know that you can go private and you can figure out how to do this to where, you know, you are sort of invisible. And that's all good, fine, and dandy, and I fully support it. But I just don't quite understand it yet to the point that I'm willing to, you know, risk screwing up. But it'll come. It'll come, I promise you. As I start figuring this stuff out, I'll share it with you. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited of what happens now. Mike Newton suggested that we think about this differently, and it really is helpful. That you know, the more you pivot into Bitcoin on a long-term strategy, the more of those coins that you own, those are just going to go up. So, you know, I anticipate when I get to be in my rightful retirement age where I can start taking out, you know, when I do retire, I'll just be taking out living expenses out of that fund. You know, I'm not just going to say, okay, I'm done, I'm retired, cash it out. No way, man. I'm going to leave it in an asset that is going to continue to grow and produce. I'll just take my living expenses. It's not so hard. But I guarantee if I would have kept all of my assets in stocks and bonds, I got out, I had them liquidate my 3 IRA portfolios. I took a screenshot. The market's at 31,000. Okay, the Dow, or the New York Stock Exchange, shows the Dow at 31,000. So I'm going to keep an eye on that, because back in 2008 it was pretty high and it corrected like down by 50%. And everybody watching this who's old enough to remember, you know, you probably got harmed too in 2008. A lot of us did. And so instead of retiring and potentially having that happen to me again, you know, I feel really good about getting out of that rat race, of which I can't control, and getting into an asset class that has a chance to increase in value. And I truly believe with all of my heart that we are still so early into this. We are not bleeding edge, we are leading edge, and frankly, that's where you want to be. So enough with the, oh, I wish I could have gotten in at $2, or I wish I could have gotten in at $1,000, or all of that. Screw that. Just be grateful you can get in now. Talk to me when it's $1 million Bitcoin about your fear and trepidation and angst over not getting in way back when. Screw that. You know what the definition of true happiness is? wanting what you have. So I'm pretty delighted. I want what I have, which is some Bitcoin that I got in around, I think 42,000 was where it was. So we're up. I'm happy. And if it ducks down below that, I don't care, because I'm smart enough to realize that this thing is trending north for a long, long time, guys and gals. So David Weiss, that was another connection. Then he introduced me. Well, I knew him already, but he's really good friends with him. A guy named Jaron, jaronism.com, and he's a crypto consultant. And I did a show with him. If you're new, go down below and find the video where I interviewed Jaron. You will be so grateful you did. And like many people who have, you're probably going to want to reach out to Jaron for a personal consultation, because I'm not saying he's cheap, but he's very inexpensive in relation to what other people may charge, and you'll get your hands held, and he'll make you safe from the beginning. That is probably the best investment advice I can give, is, you know, get a consultation with Jaron. Love that guy. He's actually going to do one for me. I've been so busy, and he has too, but I want to do one with him, and I'm gonna go for the 2-hour one, because I still have lots and lots of questions. So bottom line is, you can eliminate stress by slowing down, you know, telling yourself, looking yourself in the mirror and say, it's urgent to do nothing sometimes, right? Don't get caught up in all of the hype. If you want to see the hype, go talk to my brother Sven. He's down below too. He called it. He called the crash. I don't know how I got so fortunate to have a family member who is so smart with these charts. Hey neighbors, how are you? Good seeing you. Say hi. My neighbors, they're cool. Where was I? Starting to sound like Jeff Berwick from yesterday's video that he posted, where he didn't care. And if you don't care that he doesn't care, then you can fuck off. I love him. That was the best video ever. Lucy in a pool. You got to find the Dollar Vigilante and subscribe to him. I'm telling you, that will enrich your life. If you go on daily walks with Jeff and Lucy, you will be way smarter for it. And this guy, just like, you know, Jeffradamus. I think that's what I'm going to start calling him, Jeffradamus, because Jeffradamus sounds better. But that dude has predicted the future. He's predicted the economic collapse. He's predicted Bitcoin was going to be a thing. He was recommending it at $2. Those are the kind of people I want to listen to. But yeah, Sven, that's where I was. Sven is my brother, and he's been at crypto for a long, long time. And as you'll see on the chart that he presents in the video below, he's kind of a creature of habit, and he uses the same chart over and over. He never deletes the lines. and so what that makes him is perfect, because he can tell you that he has predicted everything. All you have to do is look at his chart. He'll walk you through it, but that's someone I would absolutely trust, his investment advice. Wish I would have followed a long time ago. He was talking about Bitcoin when it was less than a penny. He kept trying to, it was like 2009, and he was telling me that you got to get into this. Uncle, hi, how are you? You got to get into this. And less than a penny. Seriously, go down and watch that video. You'll see. You'll see. Do not know where he got the accent. I think he changed his accent when he started watching this YouTube dude that is from Switzerland or something that gets you so damned excited about every single move in the charts. And this dude creates such a sense of urgency. You just feel like, you know, you totally missed out on everything. I love that guy. So many good people out there with YouTube channels too. That's another thing. If you invest in a coin, search for that coin on YouTube and see who's talking about it and learn a lot, you know? All right, guys. Again, I don't know if I recorded a damn thing because I can't tell by the screen because it's so sunny out if it's even recording. I hope it is. If it is, you'll see it. If you don't see it, you'll never know what you missed out on. All right. With that, I'm out, everyone. Cheers. Bye-bye. Greetings. Greetings. Used to be named Uncle Odd, but now I'm known as Uncle Vigilante. And as you can see by the fact I'm wearing a gold chain with a Bitcoin on it, I'm kind of a big deal. Yeah, I'm a big deal. But there is one thing that my 43 attorneys that I just hired told me that I needed to say, which is a disclaimer. Don't take any of my advice. Don't take anything that I say on this show or any of my guests as sage counsel. Why? Why? Because I don't know shit.